Hello, hi, it's Angelique, Painting with Angelique again. Today I'm going to show you a wet and wet technique on this. I'm going to do a sort of, what's it called, a woodpecker in winter. I'm going to do a wet and wet technique on the top, in the background, and then I'm going to do a little more control in the foreground. Sorry, my doggies decided to play growly, so if you hear them growling in the background, it's them. So I went ahead, drew my bird, and I did the drawing gum, which is the this one here, the masking fluid, right? I put it on, let it dry. So I figured out how to use this one. If I get a wet brush and dip it in and use it as dots, it actually works quite well. Now we're going to continue on with this. Okay, so I got my colors here. I'm going to show you. I have my Payne's Gray in the middle. I have my burnt umber here, ultramarine blue, and then my my cadmium red right here, azure red. So I'm going to start off with the darker tones, and I'm going to start building up. So I'm going to do I'm going to get my new water, my clean water, put it over here. Gonna do a wash in the back. Just lay the water down. Let the paper absorb some of the water. And back down here. Doggy here. There we go. Do that. And with my larger brush, I'm gonna get some of that Payne's Gray, put it here, some of the ultramarine blue. I want it to be a very light gray. And I start washing it in the background. Even gonna add more water, just let it flow to create that night sky. I found this image on Etsy. It's this artist. I love his work. So I'm gonna try to recreate it, but of course my own way, right? He does realistic abstract birds, and I think it's absolutely fabulous. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry, move that up a little bit. Gonna take some out from here. There we go. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my ultramarine brown. Sorry, not my burnt, sorry, my burnt umber. Water down that as much as I can and start plotting it in certain areas. You're gonna see this is the wet and wet technique that I'm talking about. I'm gonna just let the paint do what it wants in that area. I'm gonna go back into my gray, add some more grays in here, some brown grays. Now I'm gonna dip into my my Payne's Gray and start adding some areas, just moving it around, because that's what the artist did. He just naturally let the pigment do what it wants to do. Do you see how that's spreading? And it's darkening some certain areas, right? Now I'm gonna mix Payne's Gray with the burnt umber. Start adding that in. See how it quite darkens that brown in certain areas as well. Just let it, you don't want to overwork. That's one thing that I find that people like to do is overwork things. You just let it do what it wants to do. Wait for your layers to dry. And once your layers have dried, you can go back into it. Add some more darkness here. So I may have gotten the drawing from the artist and the idea, but every artist is different when it comes to doing their own work. This is, I may be copying his idea, but it's an inspirational idea that I'm getting from him, right? And it's a good teaching tool for you guys as well, because if there's something that you see online, you could always copy it to practice. I'm not going to sell this. I'm just going to have it in my class to show you guys. Now, the artist's name I don't know, because it's a Chinese name, and I don't know. Okay, so I looked at my drawing again. I want to add more of the blue in the background. Gonna do a wet and wet technique. Just add some water where I want to add blue. And just dip my blue in there, because I think it needs a little more depth of color. Again, just gonna surround the bird with water and add some more of that Payne's gray idea in these areas. Try to get increased pigment. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna let that dry and be right back. Now that I have the background how I want it, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna start erasing the bird and getting rid of that masking fluid on the branch and on the bird. The snowflakes, I'm gonna keep them there for now. Okay, so I erased the bird and I erased the branch here with the twig. I'm going to now mix the brown with the Payne's gray, if I can get any. Actually, I'll do some blue, get it dark. And I'm just gonna do an indication of the branch going across, because it's gonna be a snowy branch, right? So this could be very light. Just following my pencil mark. I'm gonna do some branches reaching out. Then I can let that dry, and I'm gonna go back and put some, this stuff on the branch, because that's where the snow is going to be. Okay, so I put the the masking gum or the masking fluid on where the snowy part of the branch is going to be. Now I'm going to add some greens. I'm going to add the green twigs to the snowy branch. I'm using lemon yellow and cerulean blue and ultramarine blue to get my greens. I'm gonna mix in the center here. And I'm just gonna lightly just go over in certain sections, even though there's gum there, just to indicate the branches of the trees. They're going to go a little bit above too. There we go. And that's going to be my light sketch of it for now. Then I'm going to go back and emphasize those going to darken those pine needles. Okay, now that's dry. I'm going to start working on my bird. I'm going to do his wings. His wings are on the dark side, so I'm going to need one more drop of Payne's Gray, and so is his tail. I'm going to add some water to that. Get my test paper. Yep, that's light enough. And I'm just going to start blocking out his wings. Even though they're folded. And I'm going to do his tail. Start putting some large brush strokes there to indicate the feathers of his tail. And you see I'm going over where the twig, the pine needles are. That's fine because I'm going to go back in and I'm going to emphasize that. So I'm going to go again a little bit. I'm going to do his beak. Some of the dark tones. To me, he's I'm going to just indicate his eye. Go. To me, he's a woodpecker. Now I'm going to do a little bit of the red on his crown. First, I'm just going to slightly weten the area, a little bit with water, and then add that red. There we go. Some yellow. His mouth, bring that down, get some more red, bring that down his neck. So I'm doing dry paper wet brush technique. And I'm going to get some cerulean blue. It's a little bit. Oops, that's too dark. There we go. Just a little bit into his wing, around his neck to give him some volume. Then again with the red, I'm going to go right in here, bring it up. Some more water. Going back into the yellow. And now the yellow that I'm using for this is the cadmium yellow. And the reason why I'm doing cadmium yellow is because the lemon yellow is going to be a little too bright. Sorry about that. One of my dogs decided to get my clay. I made these clay little stilts because I'm working on a particular project, a large project. And she decided to pick one out of the basket, chew it, drop it, give it to her sister. And I was like, bad girl. Anyways, okay, so gonna let that dry a little bit. I like what it's doing. I just wanted to be wet and wet technique for this one. All right, so I'm going to start to emphasize some of the bird's feathers on the side. He has some little black marks. Just gonna go over here. Add them on his wings. Just little drops of black. Well, Payne's Gray I'm going to use is not completely black, but do the same thing on this side. There we go. And now I'm going to emphasize his beak a little bit. See what happened there? That's what happens when you do wet and wet technique. There's nothing you could do about it. You just work with it and should be fine. I'm just covering it up. Emphasize his beak. Now I'm going to emphasize his eye a little bit. Just add some dark tones there. And I'm going to go back into his tail. Some darker tones there. Gonna add some blue to that. There we go. So I just added some ultramarine blue to the tail part, his feather. And I'm going back in the red. I'm gonna emphasize the outside of the bird's head, the crown. And then with water, just gonna smudge it out. And I'm just gonna wet this part here again. There we go. Oops. Well, that's what happens. We're gonna leave that alone, let it dry, and I'm gonna go in there we go. It's gonna create those feathers that are on his neck really nicely. Just gonna bring that down. Now I'm gonna go in here and I'm going to emphasize those greens like I said I would. Get some of my Payne's Gray, go straight into my blue and green. Get it as dark as I can. And start adding some more pine needles to the bottom part. There is some that go straight up, but they're really in the dark, right? That. Now, didn't get my brown, reactivate it, get some more of this brown, the burnt umber. Get some ultramarine, mix that together, create that dark bark color that I want. I gotta let the bird dry. So now that the eye is still not dry. Okay, so I put a dab of ultramarine here. I'm just gonna take my brush that's semi-wet, dip it in there, and I'm gonna work on the eye. Oh, that's a nice one. Okay, I'm gonna work on the eye. Okay, now I'm gonna work on his beak. Just try to add some of that darkness as much as I can control it. Put that part there. Now, I did erase the snowflakes that I have here. I did it with the gum. I did that already. Gonna let the beak and the eye dry and around the neck. Going again into the to the wings. I want to emphasize these wings here. Go a little bit higher this way. Again, I'm going over that. Now, I'm going to add some Payne's Gray in here to emphasize some of the branches. The pine needles on the branches. That's what I wanted to say. And I'm going to go into my brown here. Just have to reactivate it. Dark brown. And start adding that brown into certain areas where you can see. There we go. Now in his painting, his white is not as white as mine. It's much more subtle. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get this blue here, blue-green, mix it with my little bit of that color, clean the center color here, and put it right in there. Very light wash. There we go. Going across. And because the bird is sitting on this, these colors have to be a tad darker in this area here. So I'm going to add the shade going up this way. Some of the blue. There we go. Gotta wash that out. There we go. Gonna let that completely dry, and I'm gonna go in and finish that eyeball. I think I don't want to do pen and ink, but I might do pen and ink. Okay, so I ordered a whole bunch of heads of pen and ink from Amazon. I started using it. I'm gonna try using it again with this one here. Push that in there. Okay, I'm gonna grab my, see what I'm doing here. Working on the eye. On his eyeball. Now do a little bit, some here, beak. I'm gonna add some I don't know if you can hear the scraping of the there we go. Just add some down, emphasize some of the feathers on his tail. See, that's what I like about pen and ink, using this, because it, as you're drawing the line, it does kind of disappear. You know, I'm drawing my line, it starts thick and goes thin. That's what I really like about this kind of stuff, right? I'm gonna just scratch these in there. That's already dry. Okay, so do a little bit up this way, around his head, very slightly. There's cute. I'm going to do the branches a little bit, just to give it a little bit of 3D. There we go. This would be a fantastic Christmas card if you're giving it to somebody. Clean my thing off. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to add the white that I need to add. I'm going to make sure my brush is clean before I go into the white. Okay, there. I need to get that Chinese white. Get it nice and thick there. I'm not going to use the palette for this because I want it pure white. Okay, get my little brush here, fill it up with pigment, just dot it there on his eye. And he has a little bit of a shine there, this side here, which I'm going to add. And a little bit of white goes down this way, just to lighten up that yellow. As well as he added white as a speckle, and the way you do that, I want to make more snowflakes, so I'll just do that. I don't know if you could see the white. There we go. And that, add some larger drops, because if you don't have masking fluid, you can do it with larger drops. If you have Chinese white. Just get that snow nice and crisp here on the top. And if you want to, you could always dilute your ink if it was too much, right? There we go. Because I can tell you, snow is never completely white. There's always a little bit of color to snow. Because it's a reflective color, correct? And it will reflect the colors around you. Okay. We're going to dry this, and then we're going to have a big reveal. This is one I did earlier today. It's a chickadee with berries. And I will show you how to do a different bird with almost the same technique.